start my mornings with breath in a yoga pose, filling my spirit with peace until it overflows. I start my mornings with breath in a yoga pose, filling my spirit with love until I overdose. Yeah, my eyes closed, I'm in child's pose. I know life ain't perfect, but I smile though. Count my breath like 5, 4, 2, 1, and ride slow. Another day, a new vinyasa. With every breath, releasing all my problems, all my chakras. They so aligned, I'm so aligned, I'm so divine. Wake up in the morning and I celebrate. Say my prayers and then I meditate. Wake up in the morning, then I levitate.
I'ma let this rock, so y'all just listen.
Honey, I'ma meditate. Wake up in the morning and I celebrate. Say my prayers and then I meditate. Wake up in the morning, then I levitate. Do a sauna. Honey, I'ma meditate. I start my mornings with breath and self-analysis. Giving thanks and gratitude to life and all of its challenges.
Grand rising, grand
So many
rising.
dualities,
Come in,
but I know how to balance it. My heart is open, I'm in cobra pose. I lift my chest, inhale through my nose, exhale out my mouth, and let it overflow. Practice asana, manifest your soul control. Another day, a new vinyasa. With every breath, releasing all my problems, all my chakras. They so aligned, I'm so aligned.
Come on
I'm
in.
so divine. Wake up in the morning and I celebrate.
Celebrate.
Say my prayers and then I meditate.
You meditate.
Wake up in the morning, then I levitate. Do a sauna. Honey, I'ma meditate. Wake up in
Grand
the morning,
rising
then I
and come on
celebrate.
in.
Say my prayers and then I meditate. Wake up in the morning, then I levitate. Do a sauna. Honey, I'ma meditate. Ground yourself in the now. Plant your soul in the present. Anchor your mind to the breath.
My
Be
dude.
with the body. Be with the breath. Release the tension.
Hey, 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 how are y'all doing this rising? This is Rising Thoughts with PlumpQueen, and I appreciate you giving me your time and energy. Well, I saw something earlier that I wake up pretty early, and I scroll through my social media and things of that nature, honestly, to find AMPspiration. I know a lot of people say that you're not supposed to wake up and, get on your phones and things of that nature. I absolutely have my morning rituals. I wake up in the morning and I meditate. You know what I'm saying? And that's something to celebrate about. But I also definitely go scroll through my social media because the mentality of us is my business. And I feel like certain things need to be addressed, whether it's, continuously. If I got to keep saying these things until it gets into your head, then I feel like that's what I need to do. And I'm talking about unity, of course. I was looking at Instagram and Dr. Boyce Watkins, I'm sure you know who he is. He is a financial literate individual. As a Black man, he has a great platform. He teaches people on finances, getting people literate in that, in that world. But today he decided to speak about Black men and Black women. He shared a meme and it says, Black men, hashtag Black men, should speak up when other men blatantly disrespect our Black women. With all the men who are raised by single mothers, you should be outraged by anyone implying that single mothers are low-value women. They are talking about your mothers. So, of course, I agree 1,000%. But his followers, had a different, outlook, specifically his male followers. So I'm going to keep saying this, guys. Until we unify, until we stop fighting each other, stop going back and forth about who did what to who, until we start taking accountability as men and as women, we are never going to get anywhere. I don't care how much this man tells these folks about stocks, about crypto, about trust, about, anything that has anything to do with finances. He can give you all the jewels and keys to being a quadrillionaire. But if you think that that's going to mean something, if you don't love yourself, if you don't love your, if you don't love your family, if you don't protect your community, that means nothing. We have millionaires in our community. We have billionaires in our community. And yet we are still, as a community, behind. So it is clear finances ain't the problem. Because if money was the problem, we already got that. We have people, again, in our community who have that. And yet, we are still at the bottom. We have to do better. We have to protect each other. You have to see value in yourself. What he said was 1,000% right. Any black man, talking greasy to a black woman is disrespectful. Any black woman talking greasy about a black man is disrespectful. And it's an oxymoron, and it just goes against, what's the word I'm looking for? It's counterproductive. Again, we can go back and forth about what men do to us as women. We can go back and forth about how women do men. We can go back and forth about how our mamas didn't do this, how our daddies didn't do that. Now what? Now what? I keep telling y'all, you can't speak as a black woman. I cannot speak negatively about any black man and not be speaking about my father, my brother, my future children. There's no way I can do that. As in this meme, you cannot speak negatively about black women, especially if you were raised by one. And I keep telling y'all, reflection. I saw a lot of comments in there that were very disturbing. And somebody said, that he doesn't understand because he's married. Because he's not in the dating scene now, so he doesn't understand. It was different back in his day. No, it wasn't. The shit is all the damn same. It's all about energy. To be quite honest, the reason why most people in the generation before us are married is because they have respect for each other. They deal with the same shit that we dealing with. They've dealt with that. Where you think we get it from? There ain't nothing new under the sun. All them same problems have been passed down. But they had a level of respect back then that we don't. Well, I'll say this generation doesn't. This is why it's a problem. We have no respect at all. Our community, the things we watch, everything that we consume on a daily basis does not hold value to us. We don't value our bodies. We don't value our lives at all. The only thing, honestly, we value is money. That's it. Not understanding that money don't mean shit if you don't make it. Money means nothing. When you die, you can't take that shit with you. We have to do better. We have to get the, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could talk about slavery was 1,000,000 years ago, but we still have that mentality. We are still crabs in a bucket. We are still the field niggas and the house niggas. We are still that. We are still fighting each other over shit that we didn't even start. We're not the catalyst of these issues, but we fight each other instead of the person, you know what I'm saying, or the people or the situation or the system that puts us there. We have to do better. You could be as financially literate as you want. If you have no sense of purpose, if you have no sense of community, that's not going to mean nothing. Think about all the people who kill themselves. They got all this money. I know an individual right now, you know what I'm saying, that has more money than I will probably ever see in my lifetime. But this individual sucks. All the money this individual has, no self-worth, no real self-esteem, super duper, you know what I'm saying? You can just see the childhood trauma all up in them. All that money does not make them, you know what I'm saying, any better. Has not fixed their problems. Have not given them the peace that they obviously want. Money does not give you that. I can never I can stay in the same tax bracket that I am in right now forever, and I will be good. Because money does not make me. Don't get me wrong, I have to take care of myself, and I do. But what I won't do is sell my soul or my people for some green paper that has no real worth. That shit's paper. I don't care what, you know, Georgia Power tell you. I don't care what the tax people tell you. I don't care. That shit is green paper. We need resources. And the only way to have true resources, we need to do that shit together. When money is gone, when the paper, from what I hear, the paper dollar is about to go out of commission. There are several countries, I don't even watch the news like that, but that shit is popping up. There are several countries that are not even, you know what I'm saying, considering the dollar. That you can't go over there unless you have their money or another currency. If you got USD, you can't buy shit. So what does that mean? Eventually, that's going to keep happening. So what now? What resources do we have when you don't have the money to buy what you need? I'll wait. This is the stuff that we're supposed to be and should be focused on. We have to start holding ourselves accountable for the things that we do and stop making excuses every time somebody tries to hold you accountable. That goes for black men and for black women. If somebody is correcting a black man, you are not supposed to come through and be like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? That goes both ways. We ain't talking about that. That shit is counterproductive. Start holding yourselves accountable. Period. This goes for all of us. I see bashing on both sides. I see the ignorance on both sides. Because to be quite honest, y'all are all but hurt. You're all hurt in here. And you think that that's your defense mechanism. That's going to, you know what I'm saying, keep you safe. And it's hurting you. No matter how you want to spin that. I'll say this for men. You can have all the money in the world. But when you get old, what you want is a woman to take care of you. I give no fucks who you are. I don't care who you pray to. That's every man. You want somebody to be there to make sure you're good at the end of your days. You want someone to cook for you and wash your drawers and do all that and see about you. That's what you want. And the same with women. We want to be protected. You want to make sure that when it's something that you can't handle, that your man is going to be there to take care of it. Most women don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, both the man and the woman. But you can't knock away, you know what I'm saying, or push away all men and expect that at the end. You can't be the feminist and fuck men and all this other jazz and expecting somebody to come save you when you need it. It don't work that way. So we have to do better. We have to do better by each other. This ain't got nothing to do with white people or none of that. This is straight us. We already know what the powers that be are about. We already know what they do. We now have to change us. You can't keep doing the same shit and expecting a different result. Period. I don't care who you are. So if you want a better relationship, you need to change yourself. Period. You are a reflection of everything and everyone that comes into your life. And that is a fact. So if you keep, you know what I'm saying, attracting bums of any kind, whether it be man or woman, can't get a job, have a whole bunch of babies, whatever, all of the BS that, you know what I'm saying, that we use to ridicule each other. If you are attracting that type of individual and those type of individuals are the only ones you seem to come across, it is you. It is all you. That is the energy inside of you, and it is attracting. So you can't speak negatively about nobody you with without speaking about yourself. You're laying with them, kissing on them, you know what I'm saying, sharing DNA, all that jazz. You are the company that you keep. So stop it. You sound crazy. We sound crazy in 2021, still going back and forth and back and forth. That shit's crazy. So again, my comment to this gentleman on here was simply, well, to Mr. Boyce, you can teach these folks all day about finances and get their money right, but none of that means anything as long as they still have this mentality. As long as we're still crabs in a bucket, as long as we still feel like we're individuals instead of together, that's not going to mean anything. And I'm telling you what I know. Don't care. Money does not make you, does not make an individual at all. So we have to do better. Can we please stop fighting each other over this stupidity? Please do better than what you saw. Most of your thought processes come from your experiences. And if you've had fucked up experiences, then your mentality is fucked up. So we have to do better. You was not in control of your household or the family you grew up in, and none of that. As a child, that was not your choice. But as an adult, it is 1,000% your business to take care of that, to fix that. 1,000% your responsibility. You cannot keep using those excuses. And I'm not saying that it's not going to be hard. I'm not saying it's just an easy go thing. No, it's a process. Shadow work is a process. It hurts. It's ugly. You're going to cry. You're going to be in pain. All of that. But it's worth it. Break those cycles, because that's all this is. That's all this back and forth is. It's nothing but a repeating cycle of ignorance. And it needs to stop. It ain't getting us nowhere. I cannot stress enough, we have to work together by any means. That's the only way we're going to survive the shit that's coming. That's the only way you're going to survive it. You're not going to be able to do that shit by yourself. I don't care who you are. We have to do this together. So I implore you, please, let's stop this. You know what I'm saying? Let's promote, you know what I'm saying, speaking and respecting each other. I don't care what our differences are. I don't care what you feel is right in your life. I don't care. None of that stuff matters. If you don't agree with how somebody's moving or what they believe in or what they're doing, leave them alone. Mind your business and let them be. You don't have to comment on everything. You don't have to have an opinion on everything. Stop putting yourself in the position to be at odds with other people because you feel that your way is right. Your way is your way. If how you feel and what you're doing is the right way, according to Christianity, you're just supposed to pray for everybody else. That's all you're supposed to do, because only God is supposed to judge. So all you're supposed to do is get on your knees and holler at him to help us. That's all you're supposed to be doing. Not condemning nobody to hell, this place, that place, omniverse, whatever. That's not what we're supposed to be doing at all. You can scroll by people. You can block them. You can restrict them. You ain't even got to block them. You can restrict what you see. But let's start making habits of putting ourselves in a position where we're not arguing with, with one another. You know yourself. I know myself. And I know there's a lot of things, that tend to bother me, like this post. But instead of me addressing the people in the comments, because I wanted to, I said what I had to say to Mr. Boyce, because he's the one who made the comment, and I'm going to express my $2 on my own platform. What I'm not going to do is go back and forth with people and do exactly what I'm asking them not to do. We don't do that around here. So we have to do better. Absolutely have to do better. Financial literacy is amazing. It's much needed. That's why you need to make sure you tune into Manifesting Money Mondays. You know what I'm saying? Got that podcast popping every 6 p.m. Eastern, and I believe that's 5 p.m. Central. You know what I'm saying? This is women networking so we can help everyone. You know what I'm saying? I think I might have a different situation where we have men do that, because that's what we need to see more of. We have to start working together. So again, you can have the finances, but if it's not a team thing, you can go but so far. So we have to have a different perspective on this. Grand rising to everyone that came in. How you doing, girl? Hi. I appreciate the positive energy. I'm not going to even try to say your name because I don't want to mess it up. Ashe-yo. All right. Well, that is my spiel for the day. Okay, that I don't think I can reiterate that any more than I have. We have to do better, and it starts with us. So I would suggest, let's start talking about, the good things that we do for each other. Why don't we pinpoint that? You know what I'm saying? Why don't we make it a habit of encouraging, each other? That may invoke the change that we're looking for. You can't keep telling somebody that they ain't shit and then expect them to be somebody. Don't work that way. So maybe if we had a little bit more positivity, a little bit more, motivation to be better, maybe we would be better. How about we try it? What do you have to lose? You know what I mean? Like ways that I've tried to do that. Whenever I address a black woman, I call her beautiful. I don't care who she is. I don't honestly care if I don't think if she's beautiful or not, as far as physical. I address every black woman as beautiful because we don't hear that enough. Only time we get those type of, advances or that type of compliment is if we're taking our clothes off. So I address every black woman as such. I express to every black man that they're a king. I got to make sure I'm maneuver around that, because a lot of females, feel some type of way about another woman calling a man king. So I got to make sure, I keep that all love and light and, platonic, but they don't hear that enough. Our men don't hear that enough. We're always talking about how they ain't shit. So what else are they going to be to us if we keep saying that to them? So when I address a black man, I call him king. Now, if you're not acting kingly, and if you're not acting beautiful, and that's different. And I don't mean that I'm going to say something negative about you now. No. If anything, I won't say anything. I'm either going to really say something positive or not say anything at all. Unless whatever you're doing is a harm or detriment to the whole. Then I have to say something. But if you just, okay. You keep that over there. But every black woman is beautiful, and every black man is a king. And until we have that in our minds, until we see ourselves like that, we're going to keep having this problem. because we don't see ourselves as that. You say all day how you think you fly and I'm the man and you know what I'm saying, I'm the woman and all that. You can say all of that, but that's not how you truly feel. If you only fly and this and that and the third because your hair's done and you got the new watch or you got this car, again, materialistic things, those things don't make you the shit. When niggas wake up, kings roam the earth. That part, I'm gonna have to quote you on that. When niggas wake up, kings will roam the earth. That's a whole fact. We have to remember who we are. And again, it starts with self. So if you, I'll definitely say this, if you got things to work on, which everyone does, let's work on ourselves. If you got a problem, I'll go back to the meme and I'll let y'all go. If you got a problem with a black woman or how a black woman is, you know what I'm saying, is moving on all this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 blah. And if you have a daughter, you teach your daughter not to be that. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you, you know what I'm saying, instead of, again, sex, I say this a lot, because we get with people and we get into these relationships based off sex, we don't get to know who we're with. So how about we start knowing who we lay down with before we do that? Because honestly, that's the biggest issue. Because we get with people, exchange energy with individuals that we don't know. And then once you caught up, now you have these expectations of this individual that you got no business having. Because people are going to be who they are. You don't get to change them just because they're with you. So maybe we need to be a little bit more selective before we get our emotions into it, before we start bringing babies into this world. That will eliminate a lot of these issues. But that's the thing that y'all don't want to talk about. Nobody wants to talk about abstinence. Nobody wants to talk about holding yourself responsible for your genitalia. We want to think that we're grown and we have the right to just fucking do whatever we want because we're free. But then you have these babies. And then it's a problem. Then it comes into your finances. Then you got the government. See how all that ties in over that one decision? Because you felt like you had the right to do that. Sex is not just this willy-nilly, thing. I understand that's how our society taught us, but that shit ain't true. And you know it ain't true. That's the crazy part. I don't care what society says. You know it ain't true. Look at your family. Look at the people around you. It's not true. So why do we keep putting ourselves in this position? That's why people don't have sympathy. You want folks to have empathy, but how can you when you continuously put yourself in a situation? There's no excuses. Our aunties did it. Grandma already did it. Mama already did it, and several times. Why are you going to continue to do what they did? Save yourself for marriage. Now, I got a whole different thought process about marriage. So let me ask you a question. Save yourself for marriage. Now, for me, when it comes down to getting married, if I don't know you at least a decade and we ain't live with each other, I'm not getting legally married in this country anyway. But if I were, you don't ever know a person until after you live with them and until after you had actual experiences with them. I don't care how great it is in the beginning. I don't care how great the sex is and none of that. You never know an individual. And what I will also say, saving yourself for marriage, I wouldn't do that either. Because sex is a part of marriage. So it would really suck for you if you get married to somebody, y'all with them, y'all cool, da-da-da-da, and y'all chemically don't match. It don't even got to do nothing about if it's good or not, or if they know how to stroke or whatever. You could chemically not work. Whatever's going on in your body may not coincide with what's going on in his body. I know women waiting until they were married And they can't have a sex life because whatever's going on with their chemistry, they stay with yeast infections. This is their husband now. They're not cheating. There's no other people in the situation. They're both clean. You know, they take care of themselves. All of that jazz. But they married now. And they not supposed to sleep with nobody else. But every time they have sex, she gets a yeast infection. That has to suck. Marriage is forever. But that's where courting comes in. But see, that's the thing. We don't court. People don't court anymore. Sex is courting. That's what this new generation does. Courting is sex. When back in the days, courting is supposed to get you to it. The courting process is when you get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Know how this person reacts in this situation. Like you don't know an individual until you've met their lower self. I got friends, you know what I'm saying? I was cool with them, never had an issue until we had an issue. And then I realized, yeah, that's a bit much. You know, we all got things to work on and we all have a lower self. But that I can't deal with. And you ain't gonna know that until you are in that situation. So I personally, my opinion, wouldn't advise anybody to get married to nobody they've never lived with. Now, we talking marriage now. Now, if you talking getting married to somebody, this ain't just willy-nilly having. This shouldn't be just, oh, you just met them. So if you thinking marriage, you should have been with this individual for a while. So for me, if we haven't lived together, you know what I'm saying? If we have not had sex, you know what I'm saying? If I don't know your background, financially, all of those things. If I don't know those things about you, if we're not sharing that type of information prior to the ring, then I don't need one. Because everybody makes it seem like you courting and then somehow getting married is a difference. The only difference is the legality of the situation. It has nothing to do with how y'all relate to each other. You don't get married and all of a sudden it's different. That's not how that shit work. Marriage is a lifestyle. As a matter of fact, for me, sex is marriage. Because see, that you're actually exchanging DNA and energy. You can actually have a baby. You create life having sex. That is the ultimate commitment you can make, is having a baby with somebody. You can break up today. That person can go to the other side of the world. Y'all are still connected as long as your child's alive. You can have a whole nother marriage, be with somebody else, don't see each other for 50 years. Y'all will still be energetically connected because y'all have a child together. When that child hurts, if you're a good parent, y'all are both gonna feel that pain. You get a divorce, that's it. You get an annulment, that's it. All that shit is just legality stuff. Stuff so this government and this country or whatever country you live in, you know what I'm saying, can pretty much validate your relationship. That's all that piece of paper does. Is so that this world, you know what I'm saying, consider you a real couple. That's it. And so when you're in debt, they have someone else, you know what I'm saying, to pass that on to. That's really all that guarantees you. Does not guarantee you love. It does not guarantee you loyalty. It doesn't guarantee you none of that. So this is why I say we just really need to change our mentality about a lot of things, and we really need to hone on to self. We really need to do the self-work and the self-love, because if we take care of ourselves and we see ourselves in a different light, none of this will be a problem. Just think about the relationships that you have with people and how you treat them, the people that you love. You know what I'm saying? In healthy relationships. You see how you treat them or how they treat you? That is how you're supposed to treat everyone. It doesn't matter the dynamics of your relationship. You should always treat people the way you want to be treated. You should always take into consideration. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know, it's just, we have to do better. We have to do better. Now, again, I ain't coming here to tell y'all how to run y'all relationships, nothing like that. But we keep going through the same shit. So something has to change. You got to do something different. You have to think something different because this is not working. Because in 2021, we are still talking about how single mothers are this and black men ain't that. Whole pandemic, people dying. And that's still an issue. That's still a topic on social media. He got like 5,000 comments and hearts and likes and situations on that. That is still a hot topic. And that's a problem. So let's do our part to make this better. Okay? I love y'all. Appreciate y'all time and energy. I'm going to let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all rising. Of course, go to our YouTube, AMPspirationTTV. You know what I'm saying? Ring that bell, subscribe so you can get all of this awesome inspiration at any time. Make sure that you go to Tiffy's Corner, .square.site. We still and forever will be the best body care, company on this planet. You know what I'm saying? Definitely get your subscriptions. You know what I'm saying? Every month, Tiffy comes out with something amazing. She gets some new fruits, some new herb, and she makes a whole body care line, you know what I'm saying, on it. It's amazing. Don't know how the girl do it, you know what I'm saying? But I pull my hat and my fro to her. She makes it happen. So make sure you go to Tiffy's Corner, .square.site to get you some. Make sure you use the code PlumpQueen, at the end, and you're going to get your 10% off. Doesn't matter how many times you use the code, you're going to get 10% off, okay? So come get the good stuff. We're going to give you some savings, all right? Also, if you're into travel, if you're into having multiple streams of income, if you're into networking, if you're into, you know what I'm saying, trying to have a better life, you know what I'm saying, become wealthy while you live your life, inbox me. Make sure you check out our podcast on Mondays, Manifesting Money Mondays. That's where you can get the information and, you know what I'm saying, get a little in depth of how this works and, pretty much how beneficial it is for you. Make sure you tune in. On Eastern Standard Time, it would be 6 p.m. and Central would be 5. Okay, let me see anything else we got going on. Absolutely. This month, I made the list. With my digital business cards, we have our group, we have a list of the top 10 people, I'm saying, who have the most hits on their digital business card. And every month, for the past 4 months, I've made that list. I'm very open about who I am and where I be going and all that stuff. I pretty much go live everywhere I go and stuff. I ain't been to many places, you know what I'm saying, except for Mexico in August of last year. You know what I'm saying? But even with me still just being in Macon and not really doing much traveling, I'm still making that list. My digital business card is being viewed daily. So my business is being exposed. What I have going on, people are seeing no matter where they are. Every place that I've been, you know what I'm saying, that has my sticker there, they're seeing what I have going on and with my business. It is the best way to promote yourself without having to be in people's faces. You have a link that you can send them. I turned mine into a sticker, my QR code into a sticker, and I've also put them onto my t-shirts, my brand t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? So prior to the pandemic, my idea was, somebody could just be standing in front of you having a conversation, you know what I'm saying, and they can scan your digital business card right on your shirt. You ain't even got to, you know what I'm saying, you don't even got to really have no contact with each other, but you can continuously, you know what I'm saying, promote your business, you know what I mean, even no matter what's going on. If folks is trying to do, what's that called, social distancing, whatever it is, they will still get a chance to see what you got going on. So I highly advise that you look into our digital business cards. All of these links are in my caption, you know what I'm saying, when I end this video. So I love y'all. Check them all out. And as always, be inspired. Peace.